We have among the highest number of nonprofit organizations per capita in the entire nation. That number is then compounded for women and then again for mothers that are living here in Arizona. I mean, if you're looking at the bigger picture, you're looking at least 500,000 mothers and their families that are living on the margins. And we just have a lot of work to do to eradicate that here. Our goal here in Arizona is to work with moms to get to that place where they're at the worthy wage so that they're out of that cycle and they don't have to depend on public benefits and they never have to go back and think about, well, what am I going to do now with my family? So, when the Women's Foundation of Southern Arizona is looking at women in particular, mothers in particular, and their families, we like to utilize a two-generational framework. And so, when we're doing our work, we're not just looking at mom, but we're looking at her whole family. And what we found is that a lot of times, if mom is interested in going back to school to further her education, to get into a career track, for that worthy wage, the missing piece there was in large part that access to childcare. And so when we found that pattern over and over and over among families, we knew that that was the crux of the issue and that was something that we needed to address. We really wanted to focus on how can we rebuild the workforce with women in mind. And we've identified around 36 career tracks that are going to be doing well. And in large part, those careers are in the STEM field. So, in putting all of these pieces together and recognizing what some of those challenges were when we were doing the research here in the community, the Pathways for Single Mothers pilot program was born. And so, what that program does is it's a wraparound holistic services program for women and their children. We help mom get into an educational program with our local community college, and that certificate will then take her to one of those career tracks that we've identified that provides her and her family a worthy wage job so that they don't have to look back to those public benefits ever again. The Pathways for Single Mothers program was selected to be part of the Women's Economic Mobility Hub in early 2020. Being part of this project has helped our work grow tremendously. We've been able to increase capacity in our staff. We've been able to increase our knowledge base around best practices through the learning groups that we have together. We've gone from one cohort to two for the Pathways program. When we first launched this pilot program, it was a cohort of 10 women. And now we're entering class 2 and we're talking about a cohort of 40 women, which we're really excited about. And when you're talking about, again, the compositions of these families, we're not just helping the 40 women, but we're helping the 40 women and their children. So we're looking at nearly 200 to 300 people that we're helping become self-sufficient through this particular project. With the funding that we received for this program, we were also able to leverage that through other national funders, and we raised an additional $2.6 million to be able to provide these resources to our program participants. Our long-term goal for a program like this is to be written into the state budget. We've proven that it works. And in proving that it works, we demonstrated that for every family that gets out of the cycle of poverty and no longer has to be on public benefits is saving the state of Arizona $20,000 every year. In the long term, you're looking at millions of dollars that Arizona can reallocate to other programs, or perhaps allocating it to this specific program to continue to get families out of the cycle of poverty. And so again, big dreams, long-term goals for us is not only to be able to scale it across the state, but also to be written into the state budget as something that can create a long-term support system for women and their families.